The head of our modern language department in school was a guy who'd been involved in some element of the military in the Second World War, which was only 20 years previously, and he was also a Russian speaker, and he offered Russian at GCSE or O-level as it was. I did it and enjoyed it, and I was good at it, so I thought, why don't I add Russian to French and German for A-level? I didn't give any thought at that point to what I was going to do with it, other than we're at the height of the Cold War. Russianness is in the press, in the news, every day of the week. It seemed pretty obvious that that was a skill that was going to make you stand out from the crowd. Only about 5 or 6 universities around the country were actually offering an honours Russian degree. Leeds had a very lively Russian department, headed by Professor Boras, who wrote the textbooks at the time, and it was great. I was lucky because I lived in Boddington Hall for 2 years. Boddington gave you a life where you could develop as a student and an individual, away from the hurly-burly of being on the campus and the union and so on. So in the hall, suddenly for my first time in my life, I meet people from all over the world, and it was a different experience and an enriching experience compared to what you came into university every day to do, which was study and enhance your skills. I was always better at the practicalities, at speaking it, at understanding it. So I joined what was known at the time as the Joint Technical Language Service, which I then realised was part of the security services. The training's pretty intense. You're speaking and listening to Russian every working minute of every day. It was great, except that the income was extraordinarily low. I applied to join the Marks and Spencer training scheme for graduates, where I earned almost exactly twice as a brand new starter to what I'd been earning a few weeks before. So I worked my way up through M&S. I became a divisional director and retired in 2002. I renewed my relationship with Leeds 4 or 5 years ago when I was approached, I'm sure along with many others, to think about what the university had helped me achieve and how I might consider helping others do similar things. I realised that it had been a huge benefit to me, and I was very aware of the impact of some of the things that were going on austerity-wise, which had a huge impact on students, and was likely to deprive people who had come from backgrounds like mine of the opportunity to go ahead and study in an environment like Leeds. So I thought, okay, I will get involved in the first instance with the odd donation, attending a couple of events, then making a small regular donation, and then more recently through the scholarship program, supporting an individual student with their expenditures, their living expenditures. And I feel very pleased to do it. The recent trend whereby young British people are no longer studying foreign languages as a matter of course at school, and reducing numbers are choosing to study languages at university, is a very, in my mind, retrograde step. So I came up and met, as it turned out, several hundred arts students in September last year, and we shared thoughts about what it might do for them, not just in career terms but in enriching the whole of their life experience. And if I can motivate a few people, just a few people, to keep studying, then that would be great.